Hi, so we've come here together today to talk. Nick and I have a lot of conversations that we think, man, it'd be nice to share some of these with other people. So first, I know we're going to introduce ourselves. I'm Amy Stellato. I have a business, Happy Life Pottery here in Benicia, and I've worked with energy now for probably, 5-6 years, and I do it generally in business and then personally.
And I'm Nick Gallardo, and I am on a journey. The journey has led me down a road that's got me back to where I started in life here in Benicia. I'm finding myself coming back to who I've always been, which is a person there's something about energy that flows through my hands that I have to share with people. And so I've gotten into healing and other things in that line, reading, just mostly energy work. So that's why we're here.
And I'm going to interject in this too, because I've known Nick now for probably about 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's pretty amazing to watch what you do. And he's helped myself, and also my whole family. I've members of my family who have cancer and Parkinson's and we all have challenges, different levels or varying degrees, and it's been pretty nice having you in our life. And anyhow, he's awesome. So I just needed to throw that in there. Okay.
But this is how destinies work. Destinies brought us together in a place, in this town, and David and Amy have coming from Texas.
Yep.
Show up here. I'm coming back from Oklahoma, and it's like here we are, right next to each other, and the universe has brought us together, and it's just like it's wonderful.
Yeah, it has been really wonderful. So that's kind of why we're here, because, like I said, we have some pretty awesome conversations. I know we're going to use that word a lot, so I'm just going to warn you ahead of time. It's just, I don't know what else to, it's awesome.
Because you're awesome.
Yeah, that's true. So, no, you're awesome. No. But we have some great conversations about, obviously, energy work, and the main thing we were going to talk about today is integration, because I really think it's kind of what it comes down to. We all kind of get to this point, whether we're studying it or actually utilizing it in different areas, or helping other people with it. But it's like, how do you take these things that you're learning about, or that you're maybe starting to incorporate into your life on one aspect, but how do you bring them into your life so you're fully living it? This, I think, is the way I would describe it.
Living your authentic self, who you truly are.
Yeah.
And just becoming one with it all. Not separating from your work life to your just living life.
Yes.
It becomes one, and that's where the difficulty becomes for many, myself included.
Exactly. Yeah. My experience has been that, so I was brought up very religiously, and I joke that I've become the kind of person that I used to make fun of. Because, that in my household, this was the things that I know. I'm not even going to say I believe, I know, now were just not accepted, and so I didn't, when I kind of, I'll say, stumbled upon here and there some energy. There were things I knew intuitively, and then when I would stumble upon some different things, probably the Celestine Prophecy, that book was the first thing, and that was just like, there was struck a chord, and I'm like, I just knew it was true, and like, it was like, wow, that was different, and it kind of got me out looking a little bit more, and then, but I didn't really fully get into energy work until kind of a crisis point at my life. And I think a lot of us, that happens, whether
that's true.
A health thing or work thing. And so I was really, I didn't know what else to do other than what I was already doing. I was trying so hard, and that was the thing. I was trying so hard and trying to do everything right and putting out so much energy, and I was depleting. My health was starting to suffer. And so I started looking in other avenues than the traditional ones. So anyhow, I started working with energy, and it's really been pretty spectacular. But for me, learning about it and going, okay, how do I take these things that I'm learning and actually put it, have it in my life every day, instead of me, doing some meditation in the morning and then going off to work. and then having that be like, ah, and then coming back and having the peace. And then, how do you bring that peace and everything into your work and everything else, that even no matter what else is going around? So that's kind of my experience. Again, I know yours has been totally different. So
it's been a little different because of situations, lifestyles probably. But I started as a kid, so I knew that I could escape through my mind, and I didn't quite know what it was. I later find out in life that it's ADHD kind of thing, but I was able to control these things. And I could escape problems, and I didn't know what it was until I hit high school. I ran into a teacher that got me into reading a book called by an author called Carlos Castanegas, and that led me down another road early on. But again, I came through Catholic schools, Christian schools, and I had a lot of these beliefs that were put into me that I struggled with until I found during the 70s these evangelists, healing evangelists, were out, and my brother had cancer, my sister had issues, and I witnessed miracles. And so I knew there was power and energy healing power out there. And I was one to believe that we were all created equally. And so in my mind, even in a young age, I realized that if everybody's the same, it's just a matter of learning how to become aware of this energy. And so through time, I kind of got away. I got into the life of working, trying to get the things that we're told we need to have, spin my wheels, trying to accumulate. Then later in my midlife there, I run into an incident where I had an accident, and even then I had a forewarning that I should slow myself down, and I didn't listen to the intuition that was warning me. A month before I have the incident, 2 weeks, 3 days later, I'm out of the hospital minus a leg. 4 months I'm in the jungles of Guatemala, in the middle of a Mayan ruin, finding myself in front of one of the biggest pyramids there with my arms wide open, wondering how in the heck am I here 4 months after losing my leg, just getting my first prosthetic limb, just now finding out why I was there, and it was to discover my life from pasts. I was always a healer. I was always, for the last 3, I was a shaman. And here I am in an area where shamans run the gamut. And so I found myself finally finding my own self, leading myself back here with a bag of clothes to Benicia, where I started doing the book, The Alchemist. After I get here, I read the book. But all of a sudden things started happening, and it's like doors started opening, because I started walking down curious as to why I was driven back to my original spot, just to find out that this was all part of the journey. And I'm led back to the beginning. And from that beginning, now, because of following it, doors are opening. I sat and wondered in front of my place, wondering, why am I here? What is the story? And I didn't know. And the more I kept walking down this road, the more things started happening. Triggers started happening where all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I could read people that weren't near me. I feel energy from other people. I learned how to put a shield around myself, being an empath and blocking all the negative energy. And so I started accumulating, and all of a sudden people start walking into my life that already were there, already had those gifts. And it was like soul family showing up saying, come on, I got you. I'll take you down this road. I'll take you down this road. And each road led me to another level. Shortly after this, on that part of the journey, I run into Amy and David, who have the shop below me, and it's like there was a connection almost instantly, and it was the energy. And here I am.